Hello everyone. We are investigating about topic of social workers or people working directly with the youth with special needs or people with special needs.
Our many different interviewees chose to approach the subject differently, so I just wanted you to pay the close attention to the way they chose to respond, because I think it's very interesting just to see the diversity of approach to working with people from vulnerable backgrounds. So please pay close attention and enjoy.
I work in this center for 16 years.
Wow.
So we have started with 16 children, and now in the daily center are nearly 50. And the children are with different disabilities. I mean autism, cerebral palsy, mentally disabled children in a different graduation, in different degree. What I find really, really difficult in my work during these 16 years is working with parents of these children. Some of the parents even don't know to write and read. And this is base for conflict between us, because we want to teach them how to grow and how to understand their children. Sometimes it's very stressful, but also there are parents who have a high capacity. They give me that fresh air that I need to feel that I am helpful, to feel that I am a very useful. With time passing, I really don't see the disability. I really see the potential. I really see the little steps, and this is what gives me strength. But really, there are times that sometimes I say I cannot do more in that situation, and I quit. I really quit. There is no need to go and hit your head in the wall, because the wall is not coming to fall.
Yeah, sure. So
So at the beginning, I carry my job every evening at home.
okay. But with time,
Now, as we say in Bulgaria, with time we learn. With time we learn.
yes.
I don't think about work. I don't think about the stuff, how they do there. I don't think about nothing, you know, because it is very emotional connection, and that emotional connection with work sometimes influence my personal life.
You need to get to give back, right? You need to recharge
some-
yourself.
Yeah, time for yourself, right?
Since I was working there in like quite young age, university age, I could. It was nice because I could relate to them more than maybe older pedagogues. On the other hand, sometimes like these students were taking me as their friend, so I found it quite stressful because it was hard to switch between being their friend and being like kind of their role model, their pedagogue. And I think it's pretty stressful job because you take it home with you, you know, and it's, you know, you don't work with numbers, you work with really emotions. And some of those kids I work with, like coming kids with like you know, maybe third, fourth refugee generation, or with some disabilities. And you have to kind of always not play your role, but you have to know the boundaries. And yeah, I have to admit it was really stressful. I think it's important to do different activities than just work with the students. Or if there are resources, you can actually do activities you like with them, or vice versa, what they like to do. So you don't only talk about serious stuff, or maybe you have to give them some tasks so they are active during the day, not just sitting on the sofa, and actually do maybe some sports together or something creative. It really takes the stress away. Setting up boundaries and trying to do different activities. You have to be very dynamic, you have to feel the situation.
And not to focus too much on their situation. I get it.
And not to take it personally. Whatever they say, don't take it personally, because they will say to anyone else.
So to keep up your professionalism.
Yeah.
Stressor with working with war refugees is not mentioning anything traumatic or triggering an emotion that could be hurtful, and I think that's the biggest problem. But usually you treat them as normal people because they want to be treated this way, because they're looking for something normal. They want to go back to this everyday life, to the reality. So I probably do not mention some things. I try not to pry into some things, and I just wait for them to open up and maybe share some things with me. So I just listen, and I think that's really important. Minimizing or making it as not stressful as possible. So just trying not to trigger some bad emotions, because something may be stressful and not really hurtful. So you just, wait for them to open up and share some things, and you do not force the situation.
At first, it's very hard to do it, but later you get used to it, which sounds cruel, but it's true that you get used to what you do, and that just became a part of your life.
Was it hard at the beginning?
Yes, but as I said, you get used to it. It's like it becomes like an everyday job for you, so you don't mind doing it later.
Okay. So at the beginning, how did you overcome that initial stress?
I just tried not to think about their lives more, because it made me kind of miserable. So I just wanted to help them and then distance myself from that.
Is it hard to emotionally detach, after you come back from work, from work home? Do you feel okay, you can switch off, or you still keep thinking about the job? And how is it long term, to do this?
Firstly, I tried not to think about it, but later my thoughts eventually come to this, and I try to just distance myself from thinking about it, so I try to occupy myself with other things.
Was it stressful for you at the beginning to cooperate with people that were so different than you are?
It wasn't very stressful for me. My teachers just told me hey, this is you have people with disabilities in your class. You have to work with them. And I was like, okay, let me work with them. So honestly, it wasn't stressful. It was just a natural thing to do. It was it was normal that I had to, I don't know, for example, just spend more time with them to finish some work or something, but it was still okay.
But it's also an interesting thing, right? When your everyday life consists of people that are slightly different than you are, then you are not stressed at all about the stuff that you're doing with them, right?
Right.